What is going on, everyone? It is James, aka the Comic Raider, back with another long overdue video. But I just got out of seeing the movie Fall, and I thought, you know what? It's been a long time. Let me hop on here, do a quick little review on it. Very simple movie. So for me, the reason why I wanted to watch it was I am terrified of heights. I mean, like, if I'm a couple feet off the ground on the ladder, I got like a 2-3 step maximum on the ladder before I'm like, I can't do this. So, terrified of heights, and I don't like watching videos that involve heights or anything like that. It definitely builds the nerves and all that kind of stuff. So, I thought, I don't really want to see this movie, but I feel like I have to. Like, I have to put myself in that movie theater experience, right? A lot of us go to the movies if you're a movie junkie like me, and if you're also a theater junkie, you're going for the experience, right? You go to the comedy ones because you want to laugh along with a bunch of other people. You're going to the horror ones because you want to be scared with everybody. You know, it's that experience. So with this one, it was like, well, I don't care that there's other people around. It's just a simple fact of I need to watch this in a theater on the big screen and basically see if I can make it through. Like, can I watch this movie? Is it going to get me sick with vertigo or whatever it may be? And I will say I made it through the whole movie. I definitely did this a little bit, which I never do for horror movies or anything like that. So this one made me do it. Or a couple times when I like kind of looked away so I could see what was going on, but not really see what was going on. So if you're unfamiliar with it, it's a story of two girls who are basically avid climbers. That's what you're supposed to get from it. It's a simple movie, so there's not like a ton of backstory. One of the girls has a husband, and it starts off with the three of them climbing a mountain. Yeah, I just realized I normally say that I would do a non-spoiler and a spoiler. As you can tell, I'm a little rusty, so my bad. Non-spoiler review, it's about fucking two chicks that climb a radio tower and then they get stranded up there. I mean, you see that from the trailer. Shit happens. The point of the movie is to make you tense and nervous watching these scenes from that high. So, it's a good movie. Check it out. It's nothing crazy. It's crazy for people like me. You know, that's... Or if you like that kind of stuff, then you'll like the movie. But if you're just like, you don't care about that kind of stuff. I was talking with my low grade homies earlier, and they were saying, you know, if they watch videos where dudes climb a skyscraper and they hang off the edge, like, it doesn't really do anything for them. And I'm like, okay, well, then yeah, you're not, I don't know that you're really going to enjoy this movie, because that's basically what it is. The chicks are at moments hanging from shit, and for me, it's terrifying. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm the audience, but in a way I kind of am the audience. That's who you want to go see. You want people like me that are like, this is, in a sense, this is a scary movie. For me. Now, it's not meant to be a scary movie, but for me, it's a scary movie. So, anyways, non-spoiler review is, if you're into that kind of stuff, give it a watch. So, I apologize. The spoiler review, the husband dies. This is like literally in the first like couple minutes of the movie. This is the opening scene. So he dies. Fast forward to almost a year later. One of the chicks, well, you don't see her yet. So you got the main girl whose husband fell. She's now like an alcoholic, grieving, and her dad, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, is like trying to be there for her, but she's pushing him away because she's just an alcoholic in this grieving process, and he's trying to tell her to kind of move on and blah blah blah. Anyways, and so then the other chick was climbing with them too. So the other chick, she comes in, and you might I recognized her from Halloween, the 2018 reboot. She now comes in, knocks on the door of her best friend, and she's like, yo, I got this plan. I want to go climb this tower. Now, what you find out is that girl has now started basically a career. She's an adrenaline junkie YouTuber, travels and does these kind of stunts and everything, and that's her thing. So the girl's reluctant, the main girl, she's reluctant, but she goes along with it. So now you get to the tower. 2,000-foot tower structure, radio tower structure. It's about to be torn down in like a month, and it's 2,000 feet up in the air. It's like the fourth highest structure in the U.S. I have no idea if this is a real thing. I highly doubt it is, but I'm sure there's some tall ass radio towers out there as well. So they're gonna climb it, and so they start to climb, and it's definitely, like I said, this is where now the tenseness comes in, and so you have like a whole nother. I think it's an hour and 40-minute movie, so you got an hour of basically now it's the whole, tower takes over from here. So you have them climbing up it, and then there's moments where they're showing like rust, so bolts are falling off, or like pieces of the frame of the construction of the tower is kind of like rusted away, or there's even a point where she steps on one of the pegs of the ladder and it falls. And so there's like moments like that to kind of build that tense anxiety levels up. And for me, what really gets me is the simple stuff. Like, I could deal with them climbing it and them doing like a shot looking down at the ground. I kind of started to get over that. But what I can't stand, and this is in real life or now watching the movie, is like when people they're super comfortable with heights, so they're just like hella nonchalant about stuff. So like there's a point when she wants to take a break, and she's like, okay. So then she steps off the ladder and like puts a foot on the ladder and the other foot on one of the frame construction of the radio tower, and she just takes her bag and she grabs the water bottle, and it's just like you're just being way too chill that you're making me super not chill. I'm having anxiety just watching you be so relaxed at this height. But that's just a personal thing. So for me, that's when the anxiety starts to build, and I'm like, oh my god. And so then they make their way up, and you get to the top point. Well, no, there was a break. So they climb up the ladder, and then there was a point at which, so they climbed up the ladder, then there was like a break where they were able to climb up onto a structure, a platform, and then there was a separate ladder now for like the last 200 feet, I think she said. But now, that's what it was, but now they're not enclosed in, so it's like a triangle, right? A radio tower triangle frame, the ladder's on the inside. Then when you get to the top, now it's just a pole with a ladder attached, and that's the last like 200 feet, I think she said. So they get to the top, and then of course it's a big scene of them showing that height. Already scared. Now you have the climb for the last 200 feet up the pole, and at this moment they start doing shit like the girl's messing around, so she shakes the ladder. I would have fucking killed her if I was her friend. I would have killed her in that moment. Like, so even just replaying it in my head, I'm already getting like shaky. But so she does that, and of course bolts start coming undone, but they don't know this. But so she's fucking around, and then that happens. They keep climbing up. Now they get to the top, which is a super small platform. Like the two of them basically barely fit on this platform. And this is now going to be basically the rest of the movie is going to be them on this platform. And now, of course, the girl takes her phone out. She starts recording. Again, just being super nonchalant about it. I'm freaking out because I'm like, you're just not even paying attention. What if you fall? What if you drop your phone? Da-da-da-da. I hate it, but that's just me. So anyways, then you get to the scenes when now they're like, okay, now you're really trying to get the people like me to freak out, because the girl now hangs off the side, free hanging, and then she like hangs with one hand, and she has her friend fly the drone so that she can get her YouTube shots. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is when I'm really like freaking out now at this point. And then she has the friend, the main character, do it, and then she also hangs, and it's just like I can't can't with this movie. But anyway, so then they do that, and then they're like, okay. So then they spread the ashes of the husband, whatever. So now they're gonna, okay, let's climb back down. We're done. We came up here. We did that. Let's climb back down. Girl goes to climb down. The main girl. She starts to climb down the ladder. She gets off the platform and onto the ladder. And at this point, now the ladder gives, because now the bolts that they have that have fallen loose. So it gives, and it does, of course. You know, at this moment, it's like, oh god. But yeah, like the ladder falls. There's like a satellite in the middle of this pole. There was like a big satellite dish that's kind of blocking one piece of the ladder. But I say that because that comes into play later. But so the ladder like falls, and then she's hanging there. But then it like falls again. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how she. I don't even remember how she doesn't fall off. I think it was. She was connected by the rope probably with the friend, so the friend just pulls her up now at this point, I think. Yeah, she was just hanging there, that's what it was. So yeah, so the ladder falls, and it's the whole fucking ladder. It's not just a piece. The whole ladder down that 200 foot section on the pole completely comes off. You find out later, I think it's even under that also fell. But so now the ladder's gone. So now they climb back up onto the platform, and now it's just the two of them at the very top of this thing, on this tiny, tiny little platform that the two of them fit on, and they have no ladder now. So now begins the panic, the one friend trying to, the adrenaline junkie trying to be the positive one, and so yeah, that's pretty much how they get into that situation now, and the rest of the movie is basically just them up on that platform. There is a twist. I probably won't spoil it, I don't know, but anyways. So yeah, so then there's a moment where the adrenaline junkie, I think they called her, I forgot what her name in the movie is. Anyways, the YouTuber, she's like, alright, well, we need to get down to the satellite because that's where our bag is. And the bag fell and it landed onto the satellite dish. So they're like, well, we need to get the bag because that has water and it has the drone. And so there's a moment when like they try to get phone service. Neither of them has phone service, so she ties the phone to the rope, and then she tries to dangle the phone to try and get service. Basically, she sends like a tweet knowing that it doesn't have service, but the moment that she does, they'll know because the tweet will get sent out. Now it's like a moment of her dangling the phone off the edge, nothing. So then she does the free hang again. She does the free hang and then tries to dangle the phone. At this point, again, I'm freaking out. Tries to dangle the phone, and then she's like, no, I need to get down there. We'll get the drone, we'll get the water. Maybe I have service down there too. So she lowers herself down there, and then there's this moment of like, of course, the rope isn't long enough, there's that gap, so she has to swing, and then basically, I think she disconnected herself, she's hanging, she has to just swing and jump onto the satellite dish, and she does. She gets the bag, then she has to get back to the rope now, she uses the selfie stick to kind of hang on it, and then her friend pulls her up. When she almost gets to the top, now of course that whole scene is like from her jumping to the bag, because then she has to jump back to the bag. That's fucking terrifying as well, and I just hated it, but good moments of the movie. They get to the top, she's almost there at the top, and I honestly don't remember what happened, whether somebody lost grip or something fell, or I don't even remember, but point is, she almost got to the top, and then she falls. But then she lands and she catches the bag. So then the friend has to basically pull her back up. So now they have the bag. They try to get some guy's attention. They end up being douchebags and ignoring them. And then they try to use the drone. Drone's out of battery, so they bring the drone back. And yeah. But then at this point now, like a whole day is gone, and now you have the nighttime, which for me was another great aspect of the movie, because if you think about being stranded up there on this tiny little platform, you and one other person, how you gonna fall asleep? If you're like me, I don't stay still when I sleep. So if I'm laying down, my ass is gonna roll off the edge. Or in their case, there is a moment where the girls, they're chilling, they're sitting down, and she's kind of leaned up against the pole, and then and she goes to fall off, which is what any of us would do. And the friend grabs her and has to yank her back, and it's like, that shit right there. I'm like, oh hell no, dude. I honestly believe, like, first of all, I'd never be in this situation, but throughout the whole movie, I'm thinking, like, I'm just falling off. I'm just fucking jumping off. Because I'm terrified being up here in the first place, and I'm probably gonna die anyways, so why not just die and end this terrifying experience? I don't know. That's how I'm thinking. I'm just gonna fucking, I'm just dying. End of the movie. But, so anyways, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a little bit more. There is a little twist. I won't worry about that, but, you know, there's different things that they try to do. They try to send a drone. They have to charge the drone, which is a whole nother point, because she has to climb up to the tippy top of the tower now. And then they use the drone. There's like a moment where they try to do this idea and that idea, and shit's just not working. And eventually she ends up finding a way. I won't spoil that part. So she ends up finding a way to get her phone down to the bottom safely while sending a text to her dad of where they are. So she does that, and then the movie basically ends with one of them or both of them getting down. I won't spoil it, but yeah, I mean, like I said, that it's a very simple movie. Two chicks climb a tower, they get stuck up there, they try a bunch of different ideas, all of which create chaotic moments for the viewer, because you're watching them do this at this height, and it's very tense. I was sweating, palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on the sweater already, mom spaghetti. But that's pretty much how it was for me. It was definitely what I was hoping it would be. I had to look away, like I said. I was very tense. It was very nerve-wracking. But, so I thought it was a good movie because it achieved what I think it was meant to do for people like me. Now, like I said, if you're not like me and you don't give a shit about heights and you don't get bothered by that kind of stuff, then I don't know that the movie really serves a purpose other than listening to this long ass review of a simple ass movie. But because you're not going to really care, I would say. And then there's people who are just going to refuse to watch it, and can't say that I blame them either. So yeah, anyways, Fall, it's a good movie. Check it out. It's intense. If you have any issues with heights or anything like that, I definitely suggest you do give it a shot, because, you know, it's an experience. That's really what you're watching it for. You're watching it for the experience rather than just, oh, this is such a great movie, because it's a very basic movie. But that was the point of it. So, anyways, I'll go ahead and end it right there before I continue ranting and ranting. But I enjoyed the movie for what it was. It accomplished what it needed to with me. And that's all I got. So, thank you to anyone who does watch this. I appreciate all the views, likes, subscribers, all that kind of stuff. I promise to be dropping more content. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I got my computer set up. I just got in a new mouse, so things are kind of coming into place where I can have my setup the way that I want to and start cranking out a lot more videos. So this will be the first of hopefully many that come dropping here soon. And like I said, I just appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you catch me on Instagram, the Comic Raider. Catch me on the Low Grades on both Instagram at the Low Grades and or on YouTube every Friday at 7. Also, shout out to the Comic Book Fiend Club. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything pretty much. So, that's all I got, man. Stay safe out there. Don't climb no fucking radio towers, because I ain't coming for your ass. I'm out. Peace.